So you received cuts on both your winter and fall taxes this year. What happened was when we struck that bargain, the Republicans were in the majority coalition caucus. And we were needed in order to get a budget. So we held out for a property tax cut for our people. When the Democrats took control of the Senate, they then had three houses. They had the House of Representatives, they had the Senate, and of course, they had the governor's mansion. So when they did that, they erased not only the agreement on the tax cuts, they erased about 90% of the entire McCleary bill, which is why in the next 3 years we will be back into a McCleary-like situation, because they didn't want to do the things that we needed to do to make sure that we could have a sustainably funded education system. For example, we put in $11 billion more into the education system with the caveat that there could be no that contracts that were not up could not be opened and negotiated. Therefore, all the programmatic money would go into the program. And I'm thinking specifically career and technical education and special education were the two that I bird dogged. The follow-on to 2242 erased all of that, and so all the contracts immediately came open, and I was quoted in the newspaper as saying it was like dragging a donut through a fat farm. Everyone saw the money and jumped in and wanted their piece, and so we saw these amazing spikes across the state in teacher pay. Not that teachers are not worth it. I was a teacher, I know how hard it is, but the original approach of 2242 had a ramp up that would have made sense, but they wanted it all. And I'm not talking about the teachers, I'm talking about the union. They wanted it all, they wanted it now, and they took it. So we are I think there's only one or two provisions left. One is the 4-year balanced budget outlook for school districts. But even OSPI, Chris Reykdal, is saying, yeah, he doesn't really care about it, so report if you're in balance or not. He doesn't care. So that's what happened. We did the very best we could to solve a really crummy situation, and politics elections have consequences, John, you know that. So we did the very best we could. We drove reforms that would have been good had they been able to be carried through, but they weren't. And so that's the situation that we are currently in. I'm most sensitive to Camas because the most seniors lost their homes in Camas, in my district. It was the seniors who lost their homes because they can no longer afford to pay the taxes.